Hello everyone, welcome back. In this video, I am going to discuss about one of the most important topic in OOPS concepts, that is aggregation. First of all, let me discuss what is aggregation. See here, when an object A contains a reference to another object B, or we can say object A has a relationship with object B, then it is termed as an aggregation. Then it is termed as aggregation has been achieved. Let me discuss a simple example. To achieve aggregation, to achieve has a relationship between two entities. See here, I am having employee class and address class. In the employee class, I am taking int id as an attribute, string name as an attribute, address as an attribute. That means this attribute address is referring to the type called address. This is what type? It means this is address type. That means it is referring to the address class. This is also called as field injection. See here, when I press Ctrl and I clicked on there on the address, means it is getting into the address class. I have taken three attributes. After that, what I am doing here is I am taking one constructor, public employee, int id, string name, address. This dot id equal to id. This dot name equal to name. This dot address equal to address. Control shift format, control save. The main purpose of this example is I am injecting the address class into the employee class. That means the employee class has having id, name, address. Employee has an id, name, address, and what I am doing here is in the address class I am taking string city, state, country. Control shift format. Here I have taken three attributes of type string, and what I did here is in the employee class I have injected the address class by field injection. That means here I can say it as employee has an id, employee has a name, employee has an address. Here the has a relationship we are maintaining between the employee class and the address class by injecting the address class into the employee class. Now what I will do here is I will create one main method. In the main method I will create the object employee emp equal to new employee. I am saying new employee. I am saying before that, in the address class also I will create the constructor public address string city comma string state comma string country. I am saying after that this dot city equal to city, this dot state equal to state, this dot country equal to country. I am saying control shift format, control save, and I will get inside the employee class. In the employee class, what I will do here is, first of all, I will create an object for address ad equal to new address. I am saying I will initialize the values of address, like the first thing is city. I am saying yes, which is a string type. I am saying yes, Hyderabad. State, I am saying yes, Telangana. Country, I am saying yes, India. In the employee object, what I am doing here is, I will say ID as employee ID as 1, which is an integer type, name as Ram, address as I am providing the reference type. I am providing the reference of reference variable of address. Providing the reference variable of address AD. Now what I will do here is sysout. In this sysout, by using the emp reference variable emp.id plus quotes comma plus emp.name plus comma emp.address, control shift format, control save. Will run the class known as Java application. See here, for the address values, it has print the address of that class. That means here we need to generate the toString inside the address class. For that I am pressing Control Shift yes, Alt Shift yes, generate toString. I am generating the toString. Control Shift format, Control save. Right click, run as Java application. See here, city equal to Hyderabad, state equal to Telangana, country equal to India. The complete address details has been printed. What I have did here is I have achieved the has a relationship. I just taken the int id, string name, address. Address is of what type means it is of address type. That means if I click here control, if I press control by moving my cursor there and I have click on open implementation, it will open the address class. In the address class I have provided the three attributes, city, state, country, and I have created the parameterized constructor for that to initialize the values. In the employee class also I have created the employee parameterized constructor and I have to initialize the values, and after that I have created the main method and I have created the object for the address class to get the, so that we can call the values which are there inside the address class. I have initialized the values city, state and country, and after that I have created the employee object, and in the employee object also I have initialized the values, and here I have passed the to call the values of the address, to call the values of the address class. What I have did here is in the employee object, in the attribute, in the address attribute, see here I have called the reference, I have called the reference variable of address class, so that by using the reference we can call the address values. By using the reference we can call the, that means here I have written the reference variable of address type, that so that I can access all the values which are there in the address object. Address object. As I have passed the reference variable of address type, before we got the address of the address class, we got the address of the address class. So after that what I did here is I have generated the toString in order to get the values, of city, state and country. After that I have done this sysout and I have called, by using the reference variable of employee class, I have called the id, name and address, so that what it did is it called the employee id, employee name and employee address. How the employee address has been called we have discussed in that, like that it has called, so that employee has an address. That's the main point, that's the main point, key point. Then this is how the aggregation has been achieved. This is how the aggregation has been achieved. Thank you.